when heaven went silent for 3 days. There are moments when silence feels louder than thunder. Moments when prayers seem to rise, but no answer seems to come back. Moments when hope hangs by a thread, and faith must learn to breathe in the dark for the disciples. That moment lasted 3 days. Friday. The sky grew dark, the earth trembled, the veil was torn. The Lamb of God hung between heaven and earth, the one who opened blind eyes, closed his own, the hands that lifted the broken, hung pierced upon a cross. The voice that calmed the sea cried, "It is finished." Then, silence. The crowd went home. The soldiers returned to their barracks. The religious leaders celebrated. The tomb was sealed. The stone was rolled into place. And from the disciples' point of view, heaven seemed silent. Can you imagine Peter, the fisherman who swore he would never deny his Lord? Now every echo of a crowing rooster must have sounded like condemnation. I failed him. Can you imagine John, standing beside Mary, holding the mother of his crucified teacher, wondering, what happens now? Can you imagine Mary Magdalene, the woman who had been set free, now standing before a borrowed tomb, as if death had stolen the one who gave her life? Saturday came. No miracles, no sermons, no crowds, no healings. Only questions, questions that echoed through grieving hearts. Was this really the end? Did death win? Was the kingdom only a dream? Had hope been buried behind a stone? Have you ever lived through a Saturday? A season between the promise and the fulfillment, between the prayer and the answer, between the cross and the resurrection, where God feels silent, but your heart still chooses to trust, because not every silence means absence. Sometimes God is working where eyes cannot see. The seed is silent before it breaks the ground. The dawn is silent before it fills the sky. The womb is silent before new life cries out. And the tomb was silent before eternity changed forever. Then, the third day came before sunrise, before the city awakened, before anyone expected the impossible. The stone was no longer where they left it. Death had lost its grip. The grave had lost its prisoner. Sin had lost its victory. Hope walked out of the tomb. The silence was broken, not by an army, not by a king's decree, but by the footsteps of the risen Christ. The same voice that said, "Let there be light," now declared through an empty tomb that darkness would never have the final word. The same hands that were pierced now carried the marks of victory. The same Jesus who was buried now stood alive, not as a victim, but as the victor. Maybe today, you are living through your own Saturday. The prayer hasn't been answered. The pain hasn't disappeared. The tears haven't stopped falling. The silence feels endless. But don't mistake God's silence for God's absence. The disciples thought the story had ended. They didn't know resurrection was only hours away. If If the cross teaches us anything, it is that God can bring life out of death. If the empty tomb teaches us anything, it is that no grave is strong enough to imprison the promises of God. So hold on, keep praying, keep trusting, keep believing, because Sunday is still coming. The sun will move, the light will break through, hope will rise again, and the silence that once made you wonder where God was will become the testimony of how faithfully He was working all along. Because heaven's greatest answer did not come with noise. It came with an empty tomb. And that empty tomb is still speaking today. It speaks of forgiveness. It speaks of victory. It speaks of hope. It speaks of life. And it declares to every waiting heart, the silence never had the final word. Jesus did. Jesus did.